Imagine this for a moment. Two people earn the exact same paycheck every single month. They live in the same city, pay similar bills, and have similar lifestyles. But here's the shocking part. One of them is constantly broke, swiping their credit card just to survive, stressed every time the rent is due. The other one? They're slowly building wealth, putting money aside, investing, and watching their net worth grow year after year. Same income, two completely different outcomes. So, what makes the difference? It's not about luck. It's not about having rich parents. And it's definitely not about winning the lottery. The real difference is habits. Habits shape your financial life more than any single decision you make. And here's the good news. You don't need 50 different strategies. You don't need to read every finance book out there. All it takes is a few consistent habits that you repeat over time. In fact, today we're going to talk about just 3 simple money habits that can literally make you rich if you stick with them. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, that sounds too simple, let me be clear. These aren't gimmicks or unrealistic promises. These are habits used by real people, including self-made millionaires, to grow their wealth step by step. And if you start applying them today, even in small amounts, you'll be shocked at how different your finances look a year from now. Welcome to Smart Money Daily, the channel where we break down money into simple, actionable tips you can use right away. If you're serious about saving more, investing smarter, and building the financial freedom you've always wanted, then you're in exactly the right place. The very first habit that separates people who stay broke from people who build wealth is this: pay yourself first. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but it's life-changing. Most people make the mistake of paying bills, spending on entertainment, eating out, and then, only if there's something left over, they think about saving. But guess what? There's never anything left. That's why so many people feel like saving is impossible. Wealthy people flip that formula completely. The moment money comes in, before they spend a single dollar, they put aside a portion for themselves. It doesn't matter if it's 10%, 20%, or even just $5 a day. The key is consistency. When you pay yourself first, you're telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Let's break this down with a real example. Imagine you earn $2,000 a month. If you decide to save just 10%, that's $200, and you do it automatically, in 1 year you'll have $2,400 saved. That's not even including interest or investments, just pure savings. Now picture doing that for 5 years. Suddenly, you have over $12,000. That's an emergency fund, investment capital, or even the start of a down payment on a house. And here's the psychological trick. When you remove the money before you ever see it, your lifestyle adapts automatically. If you normally spend $2,000 but now only have $1,800 available, you'll find a way to live on $1,800. But if you try to save what's left after spending, chances are you'll end up with zero. This is why the richest people in the world live by the rule of paying themselves first. It's not about how much you make, it's about making sure your future self gets paid before your current self spends it all. Think of it like planting seeds. Every time you put money aside first, you're planting seeds for financial freedom. Ignore this habit, and you'll keep harvesting nothing. The second habit that will make you rich is one that most people ignore because it feels intimidating. Invest consistently. Let's be clear, saving is good, but saving alone will never make you wealthy. Why? Because inflation slowly eats away at your money. $1 today will not have the same value 10 years from now. Wealthy people know this, and that's why they don't just save, they invest. Here's a simple example. If you save $200 a month for 10 years, you'll have $24,000. That's nice, but not life-changing. Now, if you take that same $200 and invest it in an index fund or ETF that earns just 7% annually, you'll end up with more than $34,000. That's $10,000 more, simply because you put your money to work. Stretch that to 20 years, and it grows close to $100,000. You didn't work extra hours, you didn't win the lottery, you just let compound interest do its magic. And here's the key: consistency. The wealthy don't try to time the market or chase the hottest stock. They invest the same amount every single month, no matter if the market is up or down. Why? Because they know markets fluctuate in the short term but always rise in the long term. It's not about predicting the future, it's about building a habit. And don't think you need thousands to start. With today's apps, you can begin with $10, $20, or $50. What matters isn't how much you invest, it's that you start and that you keep going. Even small amounts, invested regularly, grow into something massive over time. Think of it like planting seeds. If you plant one tree today, it looks small. But in 10, 20, 30 years, that tree gives shade, fruit, and value you could never imagine when you first planted it. That's investing. You don't see the results instantly, but when you stay consistent, the rewards become life-changing. So here's the truth. Savers protect their money, but investors grow it. If you want to build wealth, make investing consistently a habit, no matter how little you can start with. Because the best time to plant that seed was yesterday, but the second best time is today. The third habit that will make you rich might sound boring, but it's the foundation of financial freedom. Live below your means. And this is where most people fail. Because as soon as they start making more money, they immediately upgrade their lifestyle. A bigger apartment, a nicer car, more nights out. That's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. Here's a simple example. Two people both earn $60,000 a year. Person A spends every dollar: rent, car payments, clothes, eating out, vacations. By the end of the year, they have nothing, maybe even debt. Person B decides to live as if they only make $40,000. They rent a modest place, drive a used car, and cook most meals at home. That frees up $20,000 a year to save and invest. After 5 years, Person A is still stuck. Person B? They've built over $100,000. Same income, completely different outcomes. Living below your means doesn't mean living without joy. It means being intentional. Do you really need that brand new car with a $600 monthly payment, or would a reliable used car do the job? Do you need 3 streaming subscriptions, or would one be enough? Wealthy people don't spend money to look rich. They spend money to buy freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom from stress, freedom to make choices. And here's the secret. Once you master this habit, every raise or bonus becomes fuel for wealth. Instead of inflating your lifestyle, you keep your expenses steady and put the extra money into savings and investments. That's how ordinary people quietly become millionaires while others, earning the exact same salary, stay broke. So remember, it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. If you can consistently live below your means, you'll always have money left over to build wealth. That habit, more than any high-paying job or lucky break, is what guarantees long-term financial success. So let's put it all together. Becoming wealthy isn't about luck, it's not about being born into money, and it's not even about having the highest-paying job. It's about building the right habits and sticking with them over time. And today, we've talked about 3 of the most powerful ones. Pay yourself first, invest consistently, and live below your means. Now, here's the truth. These habits are simple to understand, but most people will never follow them. Why? Because they want instant results. They want to feel rich today instead of building wealth for tomorrow. But if you can push past that urge for instant gratification, you'll put yourself ahead of 90% of people. Imagine where you'll be a year from now if you start today. You'll have money set aside, investments starting to grow, and a sense of control over your finances. Imagine 5 years from now, you're not just surviving paycheck to paycheck, you've built a safety net, opportunities are opening up, and you can make choices without fear. 10 years from now, you could have 6 figures in investments, all because you started small, stayed consistent, and refused to spend more than you earned. The point is this: wealth isn't built in a day, but it is built every day. Each time you put money aside, each time you invest, each time you choose not to overspend, you're building the future you want. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and move on. Pick one habit and start it today. Pay yourself first, make your first investment, or cut one unnecessary expense. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll see results. And if you're serious about building wealth and creating financial freedom, hit that subscribe button right now and join us here at Smart Money Daily. Every day, we share practical tips to help you save more, invest smarter, and stress less about money. Don't miss the next video. It could be the one that changes your financial life. Your journey to financial freedom doesn't start tomorrow. It starts right now, with one choice, one habit, and one small step forward.